Hey, so this content may get modified. My Wi-Fi is hacked. This laptop's hacked. Like when I call or have the cable company come by, it's an EMF perp impersonating the cable guy. The code use for the neurolinguistic programmer Satanists that visit town, communicate secretly with telepathic communications visually with the EMF, exclusively use NLP for Satanism. Reading my thoughts and then have their team of goons, some fed bad information, whatnot. Dishonoring. What does dishonoring mean? And all these psyops against me, suiciding me, Zugstrig, terror, torture. There's many charts and graphs on my Instagram detailing all of what dishonoring means. Like all of those charts and graphs that like Philip Walker put together of these black ops and this technology, and then aiming to kill me, avoid a Christian or Buddhist martyrdom, and pin me with all of their Satanism in a misdirect where a fictitious neighbor steals all my work and productivity during the day, virtual drives, and then severely misleads the EMF and then the public, and then calls that the son of God or something. The NSA flying monkey, applied weaponized narcissist, sitting here perping from an I5 or an I9 or an I7 in his own shit. Mind control addict. So dishonoring means suiciding me and all those things and all those charts. What was, what is, and what will be in a 50,000 year review, fuck that, 3 or 4 generations is Satanism. Not anything. It sounded like on one of these last videos that got modified after I said that statement, somebody came in and modified it with really quick speech. So probably talking to the EMF. They were trying to reinforce the satanic misdirect to take my identity, give it to a gang stalker, call them TI, and then me the perp in elaborate perp lighting and other attempts to design a suicide intently here and around their broadcasts that only EMF people can see. But that's what they mean by dishonoring, like a Zugstrig, targeted individual torture. Yeah. So they're not really honest about all of that. So I'll continue to point that out. The judiciary in Vegas was overthrown. The last meeting I just had downstairs with what appeared to be Jeff, using neurolinguistic programming, may not have actually been Jeff, and such and so forth. And he's like on staff. The original Jeff was pretty supportive of me talking about being a TI and aware within the mental health community and stuff. What else? Since these audios may get modified for purposes of satanic misdirection, satanic mimicry, satanic topping, nanothievery, intellectual perversions, Zugstrig design suicide, whistleblower tactics, neurolinguistic programming, torture, poisonings. The reason I drink Insure coffee, Insure Plus and coffee, and call it Northwest Coffee Food is because I'm trying not to get poisoned. What else? Yeah, it's a really extremely tough life for the TI. They design hell, mind, body, and they want my soul for no good reasons. And it's not just me, it's my Aunt Shannon. It's not just my Aunt Shannon. My parents were getting perped in Arizona. It's not just Oregon, it's California. It's not just California, it's Florida. It's not just the US, it's happening all over the world. 15 years. I thought it was mental illness only for like 12 of those years. I encountered talking to a woman on Twitter that was describing these types of people that get involved in attacking TI from broadcasts. And it's the same type of people. I think when I was out and about, there was a kid, an EMF perp faking a kid's form who made a comment relative to how she described these types of people on Twitter. So my life's pretty miserable. I have moments of peace and quiet in my head, not much more. People around me get switched out, much like heavy T, and Be Strong's targeted individual or whatever it is. The U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Ten Commandments, the Magna Carta, UN resolutions, Geneva Conventions, common sense. And I get neurolinguistic few-word programming responses for continuing, NLP language for the never-ending perp that are like formulaic, like global Luciferian agenda NLP Satanism. And it's like there's really wise advice from the Buddha, like don't be moved by praise or blame. So it's only Satanism here. And all your gods will be false when I get out those black Swiss cheese holes. This is a broadcast. And then I'm a TI. Kevin Christian's got a broadcast. He's also a TI. I'm fairly similar to Kevin. He knew more about perping than I did before reading up on Kevin's disclosures. And the people doing this to me, and they're real people in other locations, are no better than all those perps down there in Georgia at Howard Circle. Except the difference between Kevin's situation and my situation is Howard Circle is trying to fool people that they're actually like Jesus Christ, the God of the Jew. Like the NSA flying monkey off my virtual drive is like trying to attempt a failed world religion, but it's really a failed Zug streak kind of shit. There's been some massive differences, and that is a TI compared to my experience to Kevin's. And I'm trying to reject false gods, and they're really like career criminals on, perping Kevin's fucking room from their own little slice of Howard Circle. So I don't want to be perped anymore. And I don't want to hear NLP. I don't want perps coming to Hillsboro. I don't want home invasions. I don't want translucent motherfuckers walking around my home. I don't want to be broadcast. I don't want to be blamed for your own fucking problems. I don't want to get people paid off to come and hate on me for no good reason. I don't want to get set up for fights with people. I don't want fucking EMF fake people around me, period. Let alone moving in with me or impersonating staff at Deep State captured Sequoia Mental Health and LifeWorks. Oh, shit. I walked in, I think I said this before, but last meeting I walked into that facility when they knew I was going to be there, like half the room was synthetically telepathic. Women at the counter were praising the B system, Satan, engaged in satanic misdirection, torture, justification for mind control, slavery, false god worship, NLP, Satanism, set design, identity, impersonation, and this and that. I laid into him a little bit. I was a little angry with that. And that's fucking everywhere I go. Or, I mean, not exactly every time, but the capacity that was used to start 9/11, that tech is used to make sure, like, I get some poison in my drive-through pickup at, like, McDonald's or some shit. And people believe the community slander. And I want to be, like, forgiving for them, because I've gotten tricked too, like, in some way, shapes, or form. And with NLP, Satanism, and mind control, they really know how to push people's buttons, like, understatement. So I hate my life, and I never want to incarnate here again. I'm an Arhut. Buddha, who discovered the teachings on his own and taught others, was born 2,400 years ago. He was my Lord by choice. All this is false, everything, but it's really synthetic telepathy, torture, no value added to anybody's life as a TI, and Satanism. So much Satanism. Satanic misdirection is drive me crazy. Purposefully is how they do that. NLP programming, Satanism, that's destroying my quality of life every day. Break-in satanic misdirections with people, virtual drive theft. Yeah, it's only Satanism. And that's not just opposing Christianity, or being, like, pro-expert sin and totally anti-Christian virtues and, like, absolutely anti-top of the 10 Commandments. No, there is a much more all-encompassing of, like, systems and mind control and shit like that. Very exhaustive definition of Satanism that I don't have or have picked off, like the Stanford philosophy website on well-defined meanings of Satanism. But that's all this has been for 15 years. Period. And then there's me, and I'm the target individual, the object of attack from that Satanism. And also simultaneously about 1.5 million other Americans. Much like me, some pretty amazing people stood up to the powers that be. I was worried about tuition. So, yeah, but the difference between Kevin Christian's experience and mine is they're doing all this fake religion, but it's really Satanism. Heavy T got the 2 fake suns and the sky thing. I got that in Redmond. I don't want to be designed for suicide by people that need to stop their mind control addiction. Their addiction to mind control fuels my suicide. And their addiction to suiciding me fuels, like, some of the most degrading systems. Like, there's the jump and then to the magnitudes of systems behind all of this, the beast. It's really, really, really Satanism. So, and that's it. And then after I die, Arhut, I'm fucking gone. So it's my plan, along with Solaris Blue Raven, who did a good interview at Project Camelot. Got a lot of sympathy for her. She's a little bit older than me, identifies as an MK Ultra super soldier, but she's ready to fucking bounce too. Happy birthday to me. Hope they don't try and modify this video, but I may have to come in and point it out, and then they may have, like, a software package where they could endlessly modify my video. They did that one in 2016. I haven't quite secured my communication channels, but yeah. This is me at 40th birthday, 2019. I'm surrounded by fucking satanic fake people in secret displays that you can only see if you're EMF or whatnot. I had a little glimpse the other night. My life is torture, pain, ridicule, discomfort, barely being able to make basic needs, neurolinguistic programming all fucking day. Family turned against me, friends turned against me. Shit, if I'm fortunate enough to meet a girl, to date her for a few months or whatnot, they'll target individual tactics, rip that bitch right out of my fucking life, and I won't even know why. I just get the Dear John letter or the girlfriend come by to pick up her panties because they tell them a lie about me and they believe the slander, and then I never see that bitch. And that is boilerplate tactics. So my country betrayed me, declared war on me, and then now my family too, but 15 years ago. It's the country of the not brave imprisoned by the cowards.